GM, and welcome to a Blockmates walkthrough with myself, Gareth, aka CryptoTube, across socials. Now in this one, I'm bringing you a pretty cool product offering from Unstoppable DeFi. They have the Unstoppable Dex out in beta. So in this one, I want to take you on a walkthrough, show you how to do some limit buys, limit sells, and even DCA all on-chain through this product. Then after that, let's jump into a TLDR on what is coming down the pipeline for Unstoppable, as there is a lot of alpha to share in this one. And so before we do get started, it is mandatory to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Drop me a comment down below as well, and also like the damn video. Let's jump in. So here we are on the landing page of Unstoppable. Putting centralized exchanges out of business is the mantra here. So essentially what they're doing is building out all the tools to ensure that the new wave of users in DeFi no longer has to use centralized entities. Out with the old and in with the new, we can do advanced order types here on Unstoppable, and they're going to provide us with all the bells and whistles required so you don't have to use a centralized exchange ever again. Now the ethos around this one is all about community ownership. The token has genuine value accrual, and the name Unstoppable comes from the fact they are creating immutable smart contracts which are non-upgradable, which means that as long as Ethereum lives, the internet lives, the smart contracts they're creating will live on forever, and this is just how DeFi is meant to be. Now, as you can see down here, Spot Dex Alpha, this white button here, we're going to give that a click and jump into a walkthrough. So here we are, we found ourselves on the main user interface here, a very nice color gradient, but the nitty gritty, we are on Arbitrum here. So what you want to do is connect your wallet to the site here, get yourself logged in, ensure you have some ETH over on Arbitrum so you can utilize the platform, and you should be good to go. As it states on screen, this is the Unstoppable Spot Dex, and you can see the trading pairs here to the top left-hand side. You can search through these. I've already favorited some of mine. You can see the wrapped ETH pairs, USDC pairs, and you can even import more tokens. This does aggregate liquidity across the Arbitrum network. So think Arbitrum Uniswap, Camelot, GMX, those kind of dexes. We have the ability to tap into the liquidity of all of those. So liquidity, not an issue on here. Then we have the main trading interface down here. As you can see, the chart view is currently on a 1 hour. You can change this as you so wish. You can also adjust the actual chart. And the pair I have here is ARB to USDC. I've already got a few order types running on here, some limit buys. If we get some nice wicks down, I'll be filled. And then to the right hand side, we have the following here. So we have the swap interface. This is launching soon. So currently you can't just do the direct swaps, but you can do the limit orders. So you can place a limit buy or limit sell directly on chain here. And when price moves in your favor, you will get filled on those. I'll show you how to post one of these orders in just a moment. We then have DCA as well. So you can actually set up your own DCA strategy. You could phone up your mum, phone up your dad and say, look, I think it could be pretty fruitful to start DCAing into some of these bags over the next few months. Let's get some funds over here onto the Unstoppable Dex and start DCAing into our favorite alts. So again, something pretty cool we haven't seen on other dexes. Pretty damn novel tech in my opinion. And then to the right, we have trailing stops as well. Again, this one is launching soon. So not all the features are fully available, but DCA and limit orders are on here. So let's just do a quick limit buy. Now we want to get a discount on the current market price. Current market price quoted around 95.7 cents there. And what I previously did was actually click the wick down here. So on the interface, if you click on it, it will set the price. And you can see that in the middle here, the price is changing as to where I am clicking. If we're going to make new lows down here, maybe 93 cents, so in that region, I can click on that. And as you can see, the field is populating in the middle here. A clean 93 cents now showing. You can see that is where it would lie on the chart, the bottom green line. And now I just need to select how many ARB tokens I wish to buy at this price point. You can see my USDC in the wallet around 50 bucks here. I'm just going to do a 10 ARB trade. So I'm telling it I want to buy 10 Arbitrum tokens at a price point of 93 cents. Then the first time you actually place an order, you're going to have to do the token approval, pretty standard stuff for any DEX. But as I've already approved my tokens for spending, I can just click on place limit order here. And then it's going to give me the MetaMask notification to actually submit this bad boy. And the transaction cost, as we are on Arbitrum and not ETH mainnet, is not that high at all, just around 25 cents. So click confirm and it will place that order for me. And then if we scroll down a little bit, the order should populate down here. There it is. The second one here, 93 cents, that order in here. You can also cancel the orders just behind my head. There is a large cancel button. You can see all the details in here as well. But if you scroll up to the top, You can also see this at the orders tab, and this shows you all the open limit orders I currently have available. So these are running, waiting to get filled. And as you can see, some of these are very close in terms of distance to being filled, 99.94%. So a strong likelihood I do get filled on these orders in the next few moments. Now, if you do want to cancel an order, I'm going to cancel this one here. It says cancel just behind here. Going to click on that, and then it's going to ask me to approve this. These all require on-chain confirmation, so a little bit of gas each time, but this is the advantage of using self-custody solutions. Our tokens remain ours throughout the whole process, and we let the smart contracts do the hard lifting. So that has just gone through. So what I'm going to do now with some of those freed up funds is go to the DCA tab. So DCA is an amazing way to get in at a nice average price. Maybe you want to do this on a daily basis, hourly basis, weekly, whatever you want to do. You can do it here from this neat interface. So this is pretty incredible stuff, very much advanced order types that even some centralized exchanges don't even allow you to do at this point. So Unstoppable really showing the others how things are done out here. You can't do this on Uniswap, you can't do this on Sushi, etc. So these guys really putting the rest to shame. So from here, we're on the wrapped ETH to USDC market. So if I'm happy to buy some Ethereum here, I've got that market selected. It's going to buy me some tokens at the current spot price as and when we set this order up. So if you want to do this on an hourly basis, you can do so, but we're going to do this on a daily. Change this to every 1 day, and then if we do 10 times, that will buy over a 10-day period. We want to do just a week here. So 7 times have been selected. Then we select the amount we want to bid each time. So this will be the amount of USDC per transaction. So 1 times daily over 7 days means we're going to do 7 multiplied by 5. That will be 35 USDC in total, and that populates just by here. It says 35. And then finally, we have to just click approve the spending of our USDC, and then it pops up with the button Start DCA. So we click that and again approve this in our wallet, and this will spin up the DCA machine for us there for a massive cost of just 30 cents. So now this has gone through, we want to check on our orders. We're going to go to orders up here, and then on the right hand side, DCA. I have 2 open. I was just playing around with this earlier. As you can see, just a small amount of funds, $1.20, which is buying me 10 cents worth of ETH over a 12-hour period each and every hour. So that is ongoing and running, working a charm. And then down here, my daily $5 worth of ETH is going to be purchased via Unstoppable all through this neat interface. I'm very happy with this. It was very simple, painless to actually utilize. And so for taking out all the complexities of trading, if you just want to simply sit back, relax, and DCA into some strong bags for the next cycle, you can set things up very simply here on the Unstoppable Dex. So I would highly recommend giving this a whirl, link down below. So we've gone through the first product offering there, the Dex, showed you the advanced order types, but what is coming in the pipeline for Unstoppable? Well, let's run through a quick TLDR. So first and foremost, we have the Unstoppable Bridge coming. This is going to allow you to on and off ramp fiat funds into crypto land. Now, a bit of alpha here from an AMA they recently did. This is one heck of a quote that most people haven't seen. So this is Nick, the founder and lead dev, when asked about this bridge and the FX platform. He says as follows: yes, we will create one-to-one backed stablecoins. There will be an off-chain treasury held at a regulated bank, storing the money in euros, US dollars, yen, or other currencies. And with the treasury in place, we can mint the corresponding amount of stablecoins on chain, creating a digital representation of the dollar or euro in the treasury account. This tech then enables us to create stablecoins for any currency we have a banking partner for, and who can hold the treasury and the asset as currency. So once we establish a treasury on the regulated side, we can bring it on chain, creating a one-to-one backed on-chain version. This forms the foundation of the FX market, allowing us to offer 24/7 on-chain Forex trading. So it sounds like the Gigabrains over at Unstoppable have some experience in this field, as you can see from the documentation here. This would solve for a lot of issues in crypto right now, as we know on and off ramps are getting a bit tight. Then we have the Unstoppable wallet in the pipeline as well. They're trying to create a self-custodial wallet with account abstraction to just take away all the pain points for normie investors and really make the DeFi experience a lot simpler. If they can do this and have a really strong UI and UX, this could help onboard a lot of people into not only their ecosystem, but DeFi more broadly. So they've got some high ambitions with this. This is obviously coming soon, as I read in Discord. We also have single side LPing. So one of the product offerings currently in test right now is this. If you go to the top right hand corner, margin Dex testnet. So this essentially is a leveraged spot trading account, allowing you to borrow assets utilizing an LP pool so you can go long or short on whatever currency you wish. It looks like it's ETH enabled for the time being on this testnet, so highly likely that will be the first port of call here. But the difference here is that the LPs are not being traded against in this format. It's kind of more like an Aave on chain, where you're borrowing funds from the LPs to go long or to go short. And as a result, there is no impermanent loss, which is a bit of a headache and an issue for people to get their heads around in the first place. If you can get investors to come in, provide liquidity through single-sided, I think that is a bit of a home run. But within this, they explain that all the leveraged DEX positions are always 100% backed by underlying assets. They're not trading contracts here. They're actually trading the underlying. And that position sizing on this will be available as long as there are LPs to provide the liquidity for a trade. The way this will be set up will ensure that the LPs are not exposed to traders' P&Ls, and there will be on-chain liquidations. I think they're teaming up with Chainlink for this one to ensure that that liquidation process takes place very quickly, efficiently, and ensure there is no bad debt. So the potentiality for single-sided LPing getting paid out in real yield of USDC would be very appealing to a lot of DeFi participants. Then we have the potentiality for their own launchpad to be set up. This was due to the fact during their own token launch, they had to actually create their own descending price auction, or a Dutch auction as they're known. And what this does is ensures that anyone who wants to buy into a pre-sale, for example, each and every block, the price of the token should go down unless they're being scooped up en masse. And so the only way for the price to stop going down is if all tokens are either bought up or if the duration of said auction actually elapses. So even if you do ape in from the very beginning, you will get the same price as the final price of this auction. So this is a pretty cool fair launch mechanic that I think a lot of people would love to use. So this is a potential ace up the sleeve for Unstoppable if they want to monetize this product further down the line. I can see that happening. Then last but not least, let's talk the token for the apes out there. So they have a dual token model. The token ticker is UND or UND, and the second token in the model is EUND, which is earned UND. Now 100% of profits generated by this protocol are shared to the UND stakers. Real yield for participants, and a major catalyst will be when the staking for this actually goes live. So as seen in Discord, the when staking questions were answered with soon. So I think this is a catalyst on the horizon here. And you can see from this, the UND token, only 30% of them are actually circulating here from the public sale and the DEX liquidity. The rest of the tokens are in the form of EUND, earned UND, and this is a vested kind of token here. So if you want to convert the EUND into UND, you have to vest it, and it vests linearly over a 12-month period. Now the team tokens have been locked for 1 year. This launched at the end of March 2023, so they can only start vesting from around the end of March of 2024. And so this brings into play a bit of game theory on this as well. So when staking goes live and real yield is flowing, if you want to get a slice of the action and get some of that real yield, well, then you have to stake your UND or stake your EUND. It can be staked, but it can't be staked and also vested at the same time. So the decision to be made is, do you want the yield or do you want to sell this token after it slowly vests out? So this does in fact align a lot of incentives here for a long-term approach and long-term staking. So the fact there's quite a lot in the pipeline for this, a lot of catalysts on the horizon as well for Unstoppable. Think staking, think the margin trading, think normie friendly wallet, all that cool stuff. Well, with all these catalysts on the horizon, what is the token trading at? So as we can see from CoinGecko, the current fully diluted valuation, $3.2 million, 100 million tokens. And as we saw, only around 30% of which are actually circulating right now as spendable and tradable UND. So if you just take 30% of this, you're talking a 1 mil market cap token. Now, none of this is financial advice, but that does seem highly undervalued for the pipeline of events coming and the fact the team have been able to deliver on some key tools here in the DeFi landscape, limit buys, limit sells, DCA strats. Well, it does seem like the future is pretty bullish for the UND token. So final thoughts, I really like the fact you can DCA on chain here whilst maintaining self-custody over your own funds. We can see from the market right now that revenue sharing is the new meta. and that this kind of token with 100% value accrual to stakers is the way things should be. This should not be Web 2. We are moving into Web 3, and community owned and community governed is the way forward. Now, if you do want to sink your teeth into this any further, check out Jerry's interview with Nick from the podcast. We'll leave that linked down below. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Peace.